This is Super Yacht News with Sysman. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's Thursday, 17th of March. This story I'm going to do, I've been sent by half of Norway, I think. It seems like a very popular story. So this is about a vessel called Yacht Ragnar. You might remember it. I did a video about it just a few weeks ago. So it's a 68 meter or 224 foot super yacht. So it was converted. It used to be a multi-purpose support vessel for the fossil fuel industry, and the owner decided he wanted to turn it into something else, right? So he turned it into a super yacht, and he added structure to it, but he wanted to keep the key features, like it's got an ice-rated hull, and it's got a very utilitarian look to it. I think you'll agree. It's painted in this dark green color. It kind of has a military feel to it. The reason why it's in the news right now is because it went to Norway a few weeks ago, and it was in Norway sailing around for a couple of weeks, and then it was boarded by authorities. Now, when I put that video out, a lot of people said, oh, this is fake news because it was just normal to be boarded. Well, it's not normal, because usually if you arrive in a country, you are officially arrive, and then you give your paperwork in and you go through this paper process with the port authority, and sometimes they will send people out to come on board and look around. It's quite rare in the super yacht industry, really. It's only a handful of times I've been on a boat where we've actually had people come on board. But the thing that makes this different is that this vessel had been there for a couple of weeks already, and then it was boarded. As far as I'm aware, that's what happened. They were there for a few weeks and then they got boarded, and there were military involved in that boarding as well, which is also unusual. The vessel's still there now, and it's been there all this time, and it's stuck in Narvik in Norway. And the reason why is because the vessel is allegedly owned by a chap called Vladimir Strakovsky. He's former KGB, and he's been linked to the Russian President Vladimir Putin. And this is the reason why I think the vessel is stuck. Now, it should be noted, he's not on any sanctions lists, this man. And furthermore, the company that manages the vessel, Archon Yachts, based in Monaco, I believe, they have aggressively denied that he owns the vessel. I actually contacted them a few weeks ago before I made that video, and they sent me a statement, and they said, Mr. Strakovsky is not and never has been the owner of Yacht Ragnar. Such information is entirely unsubstantiated, demonstrably false, and not reflective of the true position. So why is Ragnar stuck? So he's not on sanctions. The management companies say he doesn't actually own the vessel. The captain himself, he's also said that the owner is not on any sanctions list. Now, the reason why the vessel is stuck there is because they're low on fuel. They don't have enough fuel to leave Norway and to make it back to Europe or wherever it is they want to go. They don't have enough fuel to make it a trip. And this is because the companies in Norway that sell fuel are refusing to sell fuel to the vessel. The crew of the vessel, apparently there's 16 crew, according to an article in a Norwegian newspaper. There are 16 crew, and I'm told, reliably informed, that 15 of the crew are British. So they're not Russian, as you might think. You know, you hear Russian boat, you were expecting, almost expecting Russian naval people on board and stuff like that. There was a lot of talk about the vessel was suspicious activity, and they possibly cut underwater internet cables and stuff like that. But the crew are British, so the British crew are not going to be doing spying on behalf of the Russians. So the captain of the vessel, his name's Rob Lancaster, and he did an article in the Norwegian newspaper, and he said that they're trying to get a resolution. He said, we want to leave Narvik. We wanted to travel last week, but no suppliers want to sell us fuel, so now we're blocked here. We feel discriminated against by the Norwegian authorities, who say it's okay to sell fuel to Russian fishing boats and let them operate in Norwegian waters, but not us. It says none of them wanted to deliver to Ragnar, and one of the places is a place called Holmlund Oil Services in Narvik, and he said, I have nothing left for the Russians' conduct in Ukraine. Why should we help them? They can row home or use sails, says the general manager Sven Holmlund. What do we think? I can see this. I can see both sides of this. On one side, you've got the people of Norway who are saying, you know, we're not going to help a Russian boat because, you know, what's happening in Ukraine. I get that. But like I said, the crew aren't Russian, they're British. Do you think that they should get some fuel so they can leave? Or do you think they should be sat there? Bearing in mind, the vessels in a marina, they may have shore power connection, I don't know. So basically what happens on a vessel is when you're docked for a long period of time, some vessels can connect to electricity that's provided by the marina, and then you can turn off your generators. But some don't. So you have to run generators. And if they run out of fuel and they're on generators, that means they will have no power or heating or water. You won't have anything functioning on board. So that could then become a major problem, right? So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Do you think they should be left there, or do you think they should be allowed to leave? All right, guys, in other news, so you may remember the vessel I mentioned in a few videos ago, Sailing Yacht, was in dry dock in Trieste in Italy. And the vessel was arrested by Italian authorities. And yes, arrested is the correct phrase to use in the maritime industry. When a vessel is prevented from leaving a port, it is arrested. It's not just for people, it's for ships as well. Andrei Melnichenko, who's the owner, he was added to the sanctions list, and promptly his vessel was arrested. His other vessel, that was Sailing Yacht, his other vessel, Motor Yacht, was already outside of Europe. It was the last spotted in the Maldives on AIS about a week ago, and then the AIS was stopped broadcasting and they disappeared. So the problem is that after the vessel, after Sailing Yacht was arrested, the Isle of Man, who's the flag state for both vessels, they deregistered them as vessels of the Isle of Man. So the flag state said you no longer register, your vessel's no longer registered in the Isle of Man. Now that is a big problem, not so much for the one in the dry dock, but the one that's out at sea. All of a sudden they can't fly that flag. The certificates are not valid. So when you go into a port, you have to show certificates of registration, certificates of insurance, all this kind of stuff. So they ended up sailing up to Dubai, or to the Dubai area. I had people contact me from Oman saying that they saw it off the coast of Oman. And so they ended up in Ras Al Khaimah. I'm sure I've destroyed the pronunciation of that. That's in the United Arab Emirates. I'll put it up on screen. And apparently, I heard a report that she was escorted by an Iranian warship until she got to her destination, because she couldn't fly the flag. She had no flag to fly. The vessel is looking to reflag in another state. I also heard that there was, I can't confirm this, but I also heard that they were denied bunkering in Dubai. So the next story is Motor Yacht Amadea. Just a quick one here. So Amadea has been heading west since she left the Caribbean. Today she went through the Panama Canal. As you can see here, she transited through Panama Canal. She had to wait a couple of days to get a slot. That's the way it works with Panama Canal. There's a bottleneck on both sides, as I mentioned previously. But she did go through today. Got to the other side. Looks like she bunkered. She was there for quite a number of hours. So she was probably taking on fuel. And now she's heading out. I think she's now heading out towards crossing the Pacific to most likely Vladivostok. So anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. So just one thing: be sure to check my back catalogue of videos. I've been posting videos for many years on here, and I've got a lot of stuff that tells you more about the super yacht industry, not so much about the news, but also about you know, what it's like to work on yachts, and I've done Q&As and stuff like that. So be sure to check all of that stuff out. All right, guys, thanks very much. And also, I just wanted to thank everyone again who's contributed with information and photographs. I couldn't do this without you guys, so thanks very much for all of that, and keep it coming. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye-bye.